He's definitely you can tell he's an aged adventurer. He's a retired adventurer, and he's got sort of like a limp to him. And basically, he says that he will get with you after the execution because they are going to be executing this guy. Well, the execution happens. The Red Wizard is killed, beheaded, and all of a sudden, one of the a servant runs. There's starting to be a little bit of crowd disturbance and a lot of whispers and you know. So the crowd's starting to get a little wild, and then all of a sudden you see a messenger that runs up onto the platform where the actual execution happened, and he's talking to the paladin Estival, and Estival actually turns to the group, actually the entire crowd of people, and makes an announcement that the Cromshold has just been attacked by a black dragon. So the crowd now is going nuts, basically. A lot of soldiers from Daggerford are starting to form up, and it looks like Estival is planning to march towards Cromshold. And there's another flash of lightning as the armored knight, Sir Estival, turns toward you, your party, and turns towards you and says, Cromshold is well defended, but a dragon might be too great of a threat for even Baroness Wynne. If you have no other business to tend to, we could use some additional reinforcement. And the Duke is up on the stage as well. Duke is the actual leader of Daggerford. And he actually turns to Estival and says that the bulk of the militia will stay there at Daggerford in case the dragon decides to attack Daggerford, which that's all the information they had, because the messenger that just made the 15 or 20 mile journey from Cromshold said that the dragon had just started attacking, and that's when Wynne had sent the messenger to Daggerford for reinforcements. So Estival is gathering 30 knights, and they are making the way they are going to trek to Cromshold to put an end to this black dragon. And and he actually asked if you guys would like to accompany him. You guys will find out more about the problems and why you guys are actually here in Daggerford.
Uh-huh. So I turn to the rest of the folks and opinions.
High risks, high reward.
It's a black
Fuck
dragon,
yeah.
for Christ's sake. I mean, it's a black dragon.
Race
but
doesn't have
it's
anything to do with
30
her.
I've always wanted to see one. Let's go.
Well,
Purist?
Sounds like a good idea to me. Seeing a dragon would be pretty cool.
Jeff?
Fuck. Yes.
Right on.
well, as you guys can see here, Cromshold is right here, and it overlooks the Lizard Marsh. And Cromshold acts as like a defense for the city of Daggerford in case the lizards, because they actually have quite a large number of lizards in the Lizard Marsh. I guess that's why it's called the Lizard Marsh, is because there's so many damn lizards in there. And so that's why Cromshold is there. It's a big defense. It's a defensive position for the city of Daggerford, and it's run by Wynne, Lady Wynne, whatever her name is, Baroness Wynne. So you guys actually want to make the trek to Cromshold with Estival and the 30 other knights?
Yes.
Oh yes.
All right.
Oh,
how much
yeah.
does dragon pelt go for? Dragon skin.
dragon scales are probably pretty pricey, and I'm sure there's probably quite a few on a large dragon.
Yes, I'm definitely keen to win. I mean, there's 30 knights there at the end of the day, so I do fancy our chances.
That
As
is,
far as those knights are concerned, the dragon's ours.
yeah, there's quite a big militia in Daggerford, and 30's a small number. But anyway, you guys march on. You get there in just about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and when you get to when you actually get there, I'm gonna do some more dialogue for you guys. There's like I said, just bear with me. There's a lot of dialogue, but I just kind of want to do this module if you guys don't mind. Thank you very much.
You're right, don't have
Do
to
your thing.
apologise. Yeah, do your thing.
All right. Well, so as you ride past farmhouses and cottages, under stormy skies, Cromhold is a stark castle, little more than a squat keep surrounded by an outer wall. It looks like it has seen many repairs over the years, and galloping across an open field leading to the hold, you do not see or hear signs of battle. Thunder rolls across the sky as you approach. The rain turns to mist, and a cool coastal wind washes over you. The gates of Crom's Hold open as you approach. Behind the outer wall is a bailey with a well, a stable, a small pasture, and a training yard. The keep itself is a simple manor house that looks relatively new. You see a row of 6 human corpses in the yard. You also see 6 guards standing watch along this west wall. An armored woman in her mid-30s emerges from the manor, accompanied by an armored man with a bandaged shouldered wound. As they approach, the woman removes one gauntlet and extends a hand to Serestival. Welcome to Crom's Hold. Baroness Wynn, the knight replies. Don't tell me you've slain and buried the dragon already. I'm afraid not, she says dryly. I'm not as young as I used to be, but enough of that. My sergeant is stricken by a poisoned wound. So Estival introduces Baroness Wynn to you, and there are 6 dead soldiers in the yard. There are also some dead lizard men as well, but no signs of a black dragon.
Is there a Mr. Baroness?
That's
Wow.
for Samora.
Just saying, you know, times are scary. Sometimes people just need a shoulder to cry on, or a body to hold, to comfort.
She says, "Hold me, Samora." Huh. Then she turns into a succubus, right? I just want to use that new succubus miniature I got. That new succubus token.
Right.
Alright, so that's where you guys are at.
Well, neither of them
So
are addressing us.
Well, you were introduced to Baroness Wynn.
They're addressing we.
So what can we
right.
do about this poisoned soldier of hers? Jeff, Purist, handle it.
I can try.
Do you have I think is cure poison or something? Isn't that an action or a ritual or something like that?
If it counts as disease, I have lesser restoration. That's about all I got, I think.
There you go.
Gotta do it dramatically. As you're healing him, yell, "Don't die on me."
And
You
backflip.
bastard. Yeah, with a backflip at it in there. As he's doing his 15-minute ritual, Jeff is just doing cartwheels and backflips around Purist in a circle.
I yell
It's
out,
just
"I gotta
part
get
of
rid
the
of my
show."
energy. I thought we were fighting a dragon." Built up some energy for it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here we go. Here's the poison spell. Protection from poison.
Doesn't it, does it cleanse it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love to watch you work, Purist.
Hey, what's up there, Fearless? Thanks for coming by tonight. Hey, what's up, Gold?
But
So speaking of cleansing some poison from someone. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and do your thing. I'll tell my story in a second.
okay. Just a question about like my domain spells again.
Mhm.
I don't have to memorize them, do I? But I can
No.
still only cast them like once a day.
No, the domain spells are free memorization. You still have to use a spell slot, like one of your first or second level spells. You still have to
okay.
use one of those. But whenever you have a spell like your level 3, your level 5, your level 7, level 9 spells, that means that you don't actually memorize them.
Okay.
You basically, it's a free memorization, so you get one spell plus your actual level, so you can actually memorize 5 spells, and plus you get an additional all of your domain spells, so all of your level 3 spells you don't have to memorize. So in all reality, I think it's what bless and cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
Yeah, so it's
And then I get lesser restoration and spiritual weapon.
yeah. So that's how that works.
Okay.
But there are some spells, especially in your descriptions, that actually state if it is a action or a ritual. And what a ritual means is it does not consume one of your spells per day, but basically it's a 15-minute free cast, and it takes 15 minutes to cast that spell.
Okay.
So that's what ritual means. And so you want to go ahead and use the ritual cleanse on Baroness Wynn's sergeant then?
Yep.
Alright. You guys, Chili, what were you wanting to know as well?
I wasn't wanting to know anything. I was just going to make a out of character statement.
Sure, go for it.
Today in China, a man was arrested for exercising a woman's vagina with his penis. That's right. He was removing demons from her vagina with his penis.
And this is
And,
in China?
How did that go? Did it
Yeah, in
work?
China.
Wow.
Now he got arrested. That's how it went.
Wow.
Did she consent to have an exorcism of the vagina?
Well, obviously not. He got arrested.
The power of Christ compels you.
She may have consented. China has some strange rules.
Right.
No.
And the bottom line is, the man got arrested for exorcising demons out of a woman's vagina with his penis.
Can
And
we
that's just some
incorporate
funny
that
shit.
to the campaign?
Dave's call. I could be waiting to pay for like
Well, you
3
said you
minutes,
did want to. You said you did want to get the red light district going in the dungeon, right?
there you go.
So-
Exercising vaginas.
Oh, there you go, Chili. Yeah, we'll discuss that, Gregos. Yeah.
Jesus. Seriously, I gotta go ahead and pay. Hang on.
All right. Well, anyways, Purist, you get the sergeant cleansed. He thanks you. Baroness Wynn thanks you. And basically, what's going on is she tells you that the dragon attacked. The dragon actually called out to the Baroness. The Baroness came out, and there was some dialogue between the actual Black Dragon and the Baroness Wynn. Well, the Baroness actually tells you that there's an altar that's been in her family, and she's in charge of Cromshold, but her family built Cromshold many decades ago, and there was an altar that was stored in the crypt in Cromshold. Well, the dragon demanded it, or was going to destroy the town and kill all of her soldiers. And Baroness Wynn basically gave up the altar just so the dragon would leave. And the dragon kept its word. But after the dragon left, shortly after, a large militia of lizardmen invaded from the marsh. And as you can see, there are quite a few dead lizardmen corpses out in the yard, along with the 6 soldiers that were actually killed as well from the defense of Cromshold against the lizardmen. But it looks like the Kromsfold held out. They killed 3-1, basically, and the lizardmen basically retreated back into the marsh.
So they came and went. Did they take anything? Baroness Wynn? Did they just come to lay waste?
Well, she tells you that it was an altar, a half-forgotten relic left behind by my ancestors. It was made of blue coral with sides that looked like crashing waves. It's been locked away in the dungeon of this castle for years. I'm not sure how the dragon knew of it. It seemed like a fair price to pay for my soldiers' lives.
Did it have a purpose?
Wait,
This,
what was the thing again?
It was an altar. And I want everybody to give me a wisdom check, please, with your modifier.
Just 1d20.
Yep, plus your wisdom.
Not very wise at the moment.
Jeff, you basically are drooling.
I did a backflip kind of wrong and just
you gotta be
knocked
shitting
myself
me.
out.
Smart. You're alongside Jeff, drooling with him. Just blood sugar.
I have no idea what's going on here.
You're so bad that there are stains forming in your pants.
My first roll of the night and a fucking run. Jesus Christ.
Chili,
gonna be
are
a
you
good
back
night.
yet?
Guess not.
Nope. Well, anyways, they and Purist, you two kind of sense that the way she described the altar, looking like it was made of blue coral with sides crashing of waves, you kind of put together that the keystones, there's actual keystones that the keystones that the Grey Wizards are looking for of the 4 elements. You kind of look at each other and think that maybe there's something, maybe something to do with this, and maybe the dragon is involved with the wizards or something in that magnitude.
I look at Pyrrhus rubbing my chin and nod.
I nod back.
I would like to ask the Baroness whether or not the altar that was being safeguarded by her family, if it had any purpose. Was it decorative? Did it actually have any kind of magical properties that it instilled, or why was it kept?
It was just a half-forgotten relic that's been stored in the dungeon for years, and that's really all that she knows. And you can actually sense that she is telling the truth on that as well.
Oh, I don't doubt her.
All right, somebody give me a recap.
Oh, go ahead. Somebody want to tell him?
They can do it because I'm apparently rolled a 1, so I'm thick as pig shit at the moment.
I'd like to note that as Tomorrow and I started drooling, we created parallel streams called the Droolus and the P480s.
Oh my.
I'm worried
Alrighty
about
then.
you, Jeff.
Gregos. Baroness said that she had an old altar stolen. She doesn't understand why, but Purist and I are pretty sure that it is one of the elemental keys that the Red Wizards were looking for.
Right on.
She didn't know that it was important at all.
Alright.
Did the lizard men take anything, or did they just ransack the area after the dragon left and then buggered off?
And the skeletons just basically attacked, and like I had said,
Lizards.
they were basically pushed back rather quickly. I mean, although there were 6 of the soldiers from the keep that were actually killed, there's at least 3 to 4 to 5 times the amount of dead lizard men scattered on the outsides of the walls and everything. So you count around. You notice that there's about 25 dead corpses. So
What do people think? That's me asking the party. What does everybody think?
Drool.
I think we need to investigate.
Do you
Definitely.
think the lizard men are working in tandem with the black dragon? Or is that just coincidence of them being opportunistic?
I don't know if they were working in conjunction with. They may have been controlled or coerced into helping.
Are
Yeah, that's
we-
a good point.
That's my guess.
Well, the only red wizard that we know is dead. His head is severed from his shoulders, so we have to try and track this black dragon down. Does anybody know where it went?
Yes, we need to get reports from people.
Well, we know it went
Some
away.
clues.
There is
Mm.
a if you're asking Estival tells you that there is supposedly a hidden dragon lair somewhere within the Lizard Marsh, but there's many other obstacles out there. It's slow traveling. The mud is thick. It's
Well, yeah,
it's
and
not very
it's big.
travelable. Yeah, and it's a big area as well. So
Plus, I don't think we want to take on a black dragon
Speak for yourself.
in his
Missy.
lair.
yeah.
Speak for yourself, Missy.
Dragons hold lots of treasure, don't they?
Well, you come back and tell us how that worked out for you.
Can we convince the dragon to work in a newly acquired dungeon?
The black dragon, bro. And had to be pretty convincing.
Right, he's the black dragon. He break into our dungeon. See our TV.
Show him the Minotaurs, right? Alright, so you guys want to actually look for the dragon then, and find out what's going on is what I'm taking of it.
I'm not
We
sure.
seem to be having a disagreement on that current path.
No, we don't want to go into his lair.
Okay.
We need to find out more about where the dragon went. He may not be in his lair. Or the supposed lair that's in the marsh.
Yeah, Lady Wynn told you that whenever she had forked up the altar, that the dragon did start flying back out into the marsh. She doesn't know if
Oh boy.
if the dragon had gone north or south once entering the marsh, but from Cromsold and her viewpoint, the dragon had gone back out into the Lizard Marsh.
Purist, you're a man of faith. Do you have the knack of talking to the recently deceased?
I don't think I can talk to recent dead people. But
We could
Can
try
try.
shouting at them and see what happens.
Do you
Hey,
hear
wake up.
me? You don't have
Still
speak
shaking
with
too
the dead
violently.
first or second level spell there, bud?
nope.
Right. Because that was my other idea, is that we could ask questions with the Wizard of Fae.
Actually, I don't know if this counts, but it's called augury. It's 1 minute or a ritual, and I can ask and receive an answer from an otherworldly entity. But it costs 25 gold to do it.
25 golden materials, yeah. Yeah, it's
That's all chip in 5.
Well, we want to narrow this search down as much as possible, is what I believe what we're getting at. So if we can ask that wizard that was recently, if he's, sorry, how does this spell work? Is the answer guaranteed, or can they be, or do they lie to you, or can they refuse to answer you, or what?
Let me check. It says, Describe a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes by casting Gem and Blade Sticks from the Dragon Muzzling Armory cards and applying some other divining tool. You receive an otherworldly, or an answer from an otherworldly entity. The DM chooses from the following possible answers: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both and good results. Both good and bad results.
Yeah, but I don't think
Nothing.
augury works in this scenario. It's basically
Okay.
a speak with the dead, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's a cantrip. I don't know.
But what if it's a soon-to-be-dead dragon?
Do what now, Jeff?
What if it's soon-to-be-dead?
What, the corpse?
The dragon.
Oh, well, I mean, there are, as Estival says that he's going to hold his 30 troops there at Crom's Hold in case of another attack from the dragon or from the lizard men. So, he's staying at Crom's Hold. He's holding position at Crom's Hold, basically.
Can we not do that and they go into the marsh?
He says no. They're holding position at the hold. He says, "Oh, now if I was younger, I would be out in that marsh already."
Oh,
Your
damn.
options: go out into the marsh or go home.
Pretty much, yeah. Have you got the appropriate footwear, Gregos?
Got feet.
What in the hell was
Alright
that?
then.
The hell was what?
Like a train horn going off in the background there.
Oh, it's harmonica.
There's our bard right there.
I got my
Harmonica
harmonica
part.
today.
I'll break out my juice harp. Ba-bom,
Oh.
ba-bom, ba-bom.
Why? I suppose it comes to a pie decision, as Gregor said. We're either moving forward or we're moving backwards. What say you?
Moving forward.
Well, does anyone like to speculate on why these red wizards want these elemental keys?
Last time I tried to speculate, I started drooling.
That's right, yeah. If you want to tell me something, however, Vay, I'm all ears.
Well, I'm
I don't know.
not keen on elemental key lore.
Yeah, it's basically just there's 4 keys involved and 4 elemental princes. So basically, it covers the 4 elements: air, water, earth, and fire. And as what the one of the altars has already been confiscated. So there's still 3 out there, possibly 2. Especially they and Purist, you both made lore checks and kind of put 2 and 2 together, and maybe that this altar that was blue in stature with waves and everything else, you kind of put that. Maybe this has something to do with the water elemental keystone.
Maybe it's air. Air is blue sometimes. Have you
That's
seen the
true as well.
atmosphere?
That's true.
Gregos, did Nestor say anything about what we needed to accomplish here?
He did not. All he told me was to get with this
Basically, to get with
whatchamacallit
Estival.
dude. Yeah, and he would give me further details on my mission if we choose to accept it. And then it exploded after 3 seconds.
Could you remind me what that mission is?
To come here and talk to Estival, and apparently Estival wants us to go into this goddamn swamp.
That's what it sounds like, isn't it?
What?
Doesn't it?
That is, I mean, if you want to just throw it all into a nutshell, sounds like Estival wants us to go into this swamp.
It's nice how back when you guys were at Daggerford.
Is
yeah,
Estival
So, I need to discuss
going
that.
with us?
Estival is not coming along.
I want to ask Estival, what exactly is our purpose of going into this swamp? Are we going looking for the dragon's lair, or are we going looking for this missing
Well-
elemental key.
Baroness Wynn wants
Or
the dragon
whatever.
destroyed. But
Right.
Sir Estival looks at you guys and calls for restraint and is more concerned about the stolen altar.
If we do both, we